I'm going to do it like I used to do it back in the day. You ready?
Ready.
We are live.
Yeah, man. Here we are.
What's up, boys?
Chilling.
Man,
Not
it
a
is
whole heck of a lot.
May the 4th be with you, apparently.
All right, Star Wars.
I know, man. May the 4th be with you. And freaking T-Mobile drops a nuclear fixed wireless access bomb on us today.
Man, it's been coming for a long time.
Yeah, I think it was just you get some positive momentum, you get a little bit of traction, you put together a plan, a media frenzy, a marketing stir, and you just put people at attention, things that we have been talking about for a long time. There are millions of disgruntled cable customers out there.
Man,
And DSL customers.
Even my sister has T-Mobile Home Internet, and she's not a technical person.
Yeah, you don't have to be technical to have it. It's just like, do you know that it exists? Do you know that you can have it? And then, there's so many pros to it. It really, all they had to do was take the playbook that cable used through 30, 40 years and do everything different. So cable does contracts. Don't do that. Oh yeah, that's right. I sent him the link by email. I got to send it to him differently. Hold on a second. I got to send it to his Twitter. Yeah, so you just got to do it different than cable, the exact opposite. So no contracts,
no exploding
fees for the
bills,
equipment, no installation, no explosive bills, no treating your customers like crapola, and you give it a good push. And there are a bunch of disgruntled people who want to leave,
I think it definitely put the industry on notice. This is I did expect like the media event to be a little bit bigger, but I think that I think it definitely put a lot of talking heads, a lot of the media on notice. I think this is going to be a positive win for customers. And I think people, you're right, Sneed. People are sick of cable, their cable bill, especially cable customer service. They don't like being jerked around. I think they're going to find if they're able to get the T-Mobile home internet in their area, they're going to find a huge shift in the customer experience, and as well as a service requirement for their area.
I think they really actually did a very good job with the media event, because we had that leak a couple of days ago where they were talking about the whole, having Magenta MAX and YouTube. And I'm like, that's not, I mean, it's good for people who already have Magenta MAX and already have YouTube and already have home internet. But for a person that just has one of the three, it's not a good deal at all. And so I was like, this thing is going to be crap if that's all it is. And then they freaking came in with this whole, like, they're guaranteeing you're going to pay $50 if with that whole price lock thing with the internet, because they said that. And then what really interested me was actually that business internet and that whole partnership with Cradlepoint and the $50 business internet and the, like, what was it, $50 and $70 things for, like, if you don't have T-Mobile business internet available, they'll give you like a hotspot with like 500 gigs or 300 gigs or whatever, because most businesses, what they say, use like 80 to 160 gigs.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is huge, especially for businesses, because this gives businesses an option. Especially if you're, here's the thing. Here's what I like about this for businesses. I used to have business Comcast service. It's expensive, and if you have to leave, and if you're still in a contract, it's you pay out the nose. It's horrible. Like this is going to give businesses like a huge boon to really make whatever they want to do. If they're internet dependent, right? If they need internet, if they have to have it. If they're sick of cable, they definitely get a sweet deal. with T-Mobile, and and throw in the T-Mobile TV at 50% off for a year. It's it's that's a good deal. It's a win-win.
Hey, don't you dare call T-Vision T-Mobile TV.
YouTube TV.
Yeah, YouTube TV kind of sucks compared to T-Vision.
Evil TV, because it's run by Google, so it's evil. Evil Tube TV.
And I like it, but
the only thing that concerns me about using T-Mobile internet for businesses is that whole IPv4 double NAT problem, where like you're sharing an IPv4 address with a bunch of other people and doing the whole it's the routers don't pass IPv6 through. You've got to get your router gets an IPv6 address, but then you've got to set up your own IPv6 DHCP to do your own leasing for IPv6 addresses on the local, and that's crap. It ought to just pass you ought to just be able to say let it pass right through the router and give every device on the network an IPv6 address.
I think eventually that will happen, and the reason why that actually I know for a fact that's going to happen, but it's going to happen with network slicing.
Stay tuned, 2024.
Yeah. Once network slicing takes off, we have available bandwidth. You're going to need devices with an IPv6 address, especially for enterprise and whatnot. So,
and another thing we need games to switch to IPv6, because this whole IPv4 double natting with games like Minecraft and like freaking Battlefield,
anything.
Yeah, like all those games, they need to switch to IPv6. I'm sorry, but
I'd like to get on my ISP's board and convert all of them to IPv6. I don't need a IPv4 net here.
Hey, gents, do you mind if I go through the rundown of all that happened today with the announcement?
Shoot.
Let's see if you hit all the marks I heard.
Okay, so there's essentially 3 categories of focus or emphasis. The first one is freedom to switch, and what T-Mobile is doing here with this piece is they are essentially trying to get you away from your cable company. And the way that they're doing this is by first attracting you to try the service. So they're going to do a free 15-day test drive. You don't have to pay for anything. You don't have to, commit to anything. Essentially, they'll probably just send out the gateway. It'll be activated, ready to turn on and use. And if it works for you and you want to keep it, you go ahead and set up the service for long term. However long you want to use it. No contracts, but they'd love to have you long term, obviously. And
that goes in
if
with
things don't work out, you just return it. You send it back.
They should have made that 30 days like they used to do with the hotspots, but
I agree, and I think they should have made it 30 days, because if they're going to send the gateway out, as a general rule, it seems like that whole 15 days starts when they ship it, not when you receive it. So either they need to make it active upon delivery, like when they see that USPS or whoever delivers it, or they need to change it to 30 days.
Usually that type of stuff is upon activation.
Not with T-Mobile Home Internet.
It should be based on activation.
Nope.
It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be, but it's not.
Yeah, typical business practice. I think Dave's right. We would expect a month, but that's weird that they're doing 15-day. Huh. All right.
And another thing is okay, if I decide I don't want it, well, I order the gateway, they activate it right away, ship it to me. I lose 5 days of my 15 days in, or transit or whatever, 3 to 5 days of transit. Mm-hmm. So then I've only got 10 days to test it. And then if I don't like it, I've got to send it back.
Hold up. You're missing something with the shipping.
Go ahead.
At the moment, you're picking it up from a retail outlet.
Okay, when I got mine, they shipped it to me.
Yes, but for this rollout, they're doing it with a retail partner rather than the UPS or FedEx.
Okay, so they're not actually shipping it to you. You go to a local store and you pick it. Okay,
Yep,
that's better.
this was mentioned during the after the announcement panel.
Okay, that's better.
What's next, Sneed?
All right, the next piece will kind of stick to the whole cable theme. Break up with your provider. T-Mobile will cover the cost. When customers are ready to switch, they can break up with their provider, break the contract, because T-Mobile is going to cover early term fees up to $500. That's probably the industry standard, so it'll probably cover most, if not all, situations. But I will tell you guys this. These two things here, Verizon's been doing both of those. So I'm just glad to see that they're incorporating the same thing, because before, like if you were trying the T-Mobile home internet, it was more risk involved and they weren't covering those fees. So now, like with Verizon previously doing the same thing, like they actually started doing this. Now T-Mobile and Verizon are neck and neck in that respect. So you don't have to say, well, I'll switch to Verizon because they'll cover my fees. Well, no, T-Mobile is going to match that. So you could pick between T-Mobile and Verizon because they're doing the same thing.
And I must say, as somebody who left big cable, it was awesome that even my city ISP gave me like 3 months of free service to offset my termination fee.
Oh, that's nice, man.
Yeah.
When I left my cable, it was really funny. When I left my cable, I got a letter like the next month after I had canceled my service, and it said, "We're sorry to inform you, but we have to raise our prices." And I'm like, I'm glad I don't have you anymore.
All right, next. We have freedom to save. Internet providers are notorious for entering at a low promotional price and then explosive pricing after like 12-month terms and such.
Comcast.
Right, exactly. All right. And
DirecTV.
taxes, fees, modems, all the equipment, the installation is a pain in the ass. It's crazy. They even charge you to do a self-installation. It's just nuts.
Dennis 4.0 with his $20 or this $10 or $20 Comcast or whatever, and then it explodes to like $100 a month.
I know, man.
Dennis is really proud of that.
There's two things that they're gonna do for you guys here. The price lock guarantee, whether it's home or business internet, you will get price lock, which will lock in a customer's price at $50 per month. No taxes, no fees. You're not locked in for any specific amount of time. You are locked in as long as you have the service active and you want it.
This is actually a good type of price lock. And yesterday, I actually reached out to customer service, and they said that even with the cell lines now, what they're doing is if you order a line at a price, that's the price it will be, even if they raise it, as opposed to we're not changing rates. So for most T-Mobile services, it looks like if you're interested in jumping on it, it's best to jump sooner than later, because later they might start charging more.
I don't know if anybody noticed this, but did anybody else notice that when they talked about that price lock, they used the phrase basically the equivalent of as long as the customer doesn't change it?
Yes.
And I'm beginning to wonder if they're going to offer something else. Like they're going to offer like the $50 price point, but then you could pay more if you choose to and get that plus something else, like that plus a guaranteed speed or that plus a dedicated IP or something, because they seem to emphasize that as long as the customer doesn't change it.
So the price lock is if you change around your account and you add something, you're not going to be locked in at the old price. You're going to be locked in at the added price. And again, this was discussed in the QA, and I did like the jab that's Sweaty Armpit said, like, hey, sometime we might try a way to even lower the price, and if that happens, your price locked in at the lower one. But hey, Sneed, do you want me to get the super chat before we continue?
Yeah, let me finish the one thing to this, and then Pete, you can go with the super chat. I think also what it does is like if the pricing changes and you leave, and then you want to come back to use the service, you're going to be paying the new price.
Yep.
That's kind of how I saw it. Go ahead,
Hey,
Pete.
that's the way my ISP is. We got a first super chat of the day from Green9227. Thank you so much for your generosity, Green. It says, hello, guys. I was doing some N41 testing here in San Antonio, Texas. I was getting over 900 megs down and over 100 up. They're getting better at optimizing the spectrum here. That's some good stuff.
Thank you, Green. Appreciate the super chat, and we're seeing more and more of like the gigabit speed from the N41. Combination of the LTE, combination of the backhaul, all that stuff coming together. This and the densification process. Things are getting pretty good.
I
I
think
just
if
saw
I
a speed
was,
test the other day. It was like 1.2 gigs down and like 120 up.
what phone were you
That's
on?
awesome.
It was like a Galaxy S22 Ultra.
Yeah, I'm thinking if I was on something newer than my Pixel 6, I'd be seeing that in my neck of the woods.
I'm
Maybe.
wondering if they're doing something with my N41 down here. And the reason I say that is because I noticed like last night or the night before that it had given up the ghost and dropped me down to N71 where it normally hangs on to band 41.
No.
So, I mean, it's fine. I'm still getting 100 megabits through. So it's not like
Yeah,
I'm
but you know what's out there, and you're like, eh.
But the thing is what was weird is that it wasn't really helping either. Like the N41 was still only getting me about 200 at best. So that's why I'm wondering if they're optimizing something.
All right, next piece for the pricing situation. Save more when adding home internet on a family plan. T-Mobile is treating home internet like another line you add to a Magenta MAX family plan. So the price is just $30 a month. Locked in at $30 a month with Price Lock. With this deal, families can save up to $900 per year, plus get all the value of the Magenta MAX, T-Mobile's most popular plan that saves you up to 20% over comparable plans from Verizon and AT&T. So there's a couple of things here. Okay, so this is all marketing jargon, but you do get a nice little discount. And of course, you get the price lock, so that's cool. The first thing here is you're not saving $900 from Verizon and AT&T, and you're not saving up to 20% on comparable
The
plan from Verizon and AT&T because the Verizon plan is $10 more, and so that would be like 10% or 12% or something.
5.
Yeah, I don't. And then I think the AT&T plan is $5 more or the same price. So I don't understand how that's 20%. But nonetheless, if you do have Magenta Max, instead of paying $50 a month, you're paying $30. So that's nice.
And if you caught the Q&A, they pointed out like 64% of new activations are just on Max. So
Keep in mind that's if
I
you
did
have a
write that
Magenta
down, Pete. I
Max
caught that.
family
Yeah.
plan, because that means you'd have to have multiple Magenta Max lines, and that would get pricey.
It has to be a Magenta MAX, but I'm really curious to see like once this takes off, like what's Comcast internet subscribers, what are their numbers going to look like?
Negative 500,000.
Will they decline? Right.
What else we got on here? There was one more. Feel thanked. All right, so here's how they're going to show you appreciation. Get thanked every T-Mobile Tuesday. So if you are a T-Mobile Home Internet customer, now you can have all the T-Mobile Tuesday little perks and benefits every week. So that's kind of cool. Also, you are getting thanked in the form of a $50 value off any streaming device. They named some of them: the Google Chromecast, Fire TV, and the Roku. And actually, if you want a different streaming device, they're going to give you a $50 rebate on it or whatever. So like if you want the Apple TV, which I think is like $120, $130, they'll give you $50 towards it.
If you get an Xbox X 2020-2021 edition, they'll also give you
Eligible gaming
$50.
consoles, Pete. You're right, dude.
They said that during the QA.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, they
man.
did. Although that would require actually being able to get one of those first.
Right.
Remember the big problem with
Well,
the Xbox and the chip shortage?
Well,
Is
the
it still a thing?
PS4 and the Xbox X 2016-2018 also work, so...
Yeah, I remember people were waiting like freaking a year to get their new game consoles or whatever because of the darn chip shortage.
Yeah.
I'm still happy with my Switch.
And then, of course, we got the 50% off of YouTube TV for a full year. That'll save you $400. It's like $380 something. I did the math on that. But again, everything is tied in here to the Magenta MAX. So if you are not a Magenta MAX customer, in order to really capitalize on all this, you're going to have to change your plan. So if you're regular Magenta, if you're on Essentials, if you're on T-Mobile One, if you're on Simple Choice, any of these older plans, they're just not going to give you all these same deals. You know, you're going to have to move over. So it's basically like, hey, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. You want these discounts and all these little benefits. You're going to have to be on a max plan for us.
I think that's going to get rid of like a lot of free lines, right? Or people that want to.
Nope.
You don't think so?
So, I talked with... This might be on my side, but I talked and said that if a free line promo was added, it would just cost me the difference per line to upgrade. So,
Which on average is how much, Pete?
that'd just be an added $45 as opposed to an added $70. So
okay,
None of these things apply to me because I'm on the freaking $10 T-Mobile Connect plan.
hey, $10 is still good if you have decent T-Mobile in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, it's a gig. It's a gig, and I'm trying to debate on whether I want to stay on the 10 or go back to the 15. Because if it doesn't work out for me, I'll just go back to the 15 with 3 gigs.
you guys ready for some network stuff?
Yes.
Real quick, Info Assistant, the $50 off is for if you have phone and internet. So, yeah, you don't need the max for $50 off the streaming puck.
Oh, the streaming device or
Yeah.
whatever?
Get your triple play here. Home phone, home phone, TV, and internet.
That's what I was thinking when I heard it.
All right, so there's some network stuff that was asked at the Q&A after. A couple of good questions, stuff that I've wanted to know. Eugene kind of got exposed on a couple of questions, man. He really didn't want to answer them, and the same question got asked twice, and he like couldn't dip it and dodge it anymore. They were asking about QoS and QCI, home versus business. He literally said no immediate plans for network slicing or segregation between home and business usage. And then he went on to talk about how, like, he said, like, we're first to SA and all of that.
They're not
But,
first
like,
to SA.
But like, you're not doing it with the service, so like that's what the people wanted to know, and that's what they want. Because, look, man, I got to be honest with you, Pete. If I'm a business customer and I'm heavily deprioritized,
I'm a
and it
mad
affects, like, my
business customer.
and if it like affects my transactions, like what if it's merchant services? Like what if you're charging a credit card, debit card, and like there's just a snafu in routing because of some deprioritized packet loss or something? You know what I mean?
Merchant services is a little different since you batch out your charges off peak.
They don't require like that terribly too much bandwidth, but for network slicing, especially for businesses, the reason why they're not doing that is because you need millimeter wave. You have to have millimeter wave for network slicing to actually work and actually have enough bandwidth to do it properly. Because it's the only spectrum that's actually going to give a rip for in 5G, right? This is why you see, companies like Verizon, AT&T getting the jump, versus their competitors because, yes, they have lots of millimeter wave spectrum. Yes, they're actually putting millimeter wave out in the field. This just gives them the leg up on network slicing because you have that much, you have so much bandwidth to go around to offer that to consumers and businesses as well.
Did you notice that they said they would consider using millimeter wave for home internet? Did you hear that?
Bro, they did not explain it that way. Here's what I wrote down as what he said.
Mid-band backbone.
Yeah, he said millimeter wave, there have been no discussions yet.
It's actually Cheerios,
he didn't rule it out though.
Come on, man. No discussions yet? That's like basically saying like, nah, dude. I was so disappointed by that, man. And I know not everybody is on the millimeter wave train, Dave, and I respect it, bro. You and me go way back, bro. All respect. But like there are going to be situations where you gotta have it. And it's gonna kill the network if you don't.
I don't see millimeter wave coming to my town of 15,000 anytime soon.
Yeah, but it's important part of the town that I live in.
Oh God, yeah. If you're like in Atlanta or Minneapolis or Cleveland or Chicago, I totally see that. LA, like those kinds of places. But like freaking podunk middle of nowhere, no.
What about Gary, Indiana?
I don't know. The T-Mobile, the freaking tower climbers might get shot over there.
Yeah, but they do have 300 megahertz of at least 300 megahertz of T-Mobile exclusive millimeter wave license there.
Them tower climbers better be wearing bulletproof vests.
By the way, network slicing does work best. Correct me if I'm wrong, Zero Cool. If you have at least 300 megahertz on air.
It's 200. That's like the minimum. So, but then again, where are you gonna get 200 megahertz per business per customer? The only answer is millimeter wave.
Only
right?
way.
Yep.
Right.
So shout outs to Santiago Hernandez with a $10 super chat. Says, hope you're all doing well and have a great Wednesday. Tuning in a bit late, but made it.
Hey, thanks, Santiago. Appreciate the support, man. Welcome to the show. Glad you're able to hang out with us a bit. And then big shout out to Tyrone, who wasn't able to make it onto the show officially, but he's here hanging out, and we're glad to have you, man. Thanks for coming through. He said, did you guys hear I'm saying in areas where they have no capacity concerns, mobile and home broadband are on the same priority?
Yep.
But then as soon as it becomes an issue of capacity, there's going to be that deprio. So hopefully it's not going to impact too many people.
Yeah, so it sounds like in areas where it's not congested that they would just put them on the same priority, and then like if they start to reach a certain capacity, they'd flip like some sort of switch or whatever and be like, okay, home internet's being deprioritized behind the phone traffic.
Bro, it gets deprioritized between the phone traffic no matter what. I've already been testing it.
Right now it does.
Phone gets on the network. Yeah.
Right now it does, but Tyrone was saying that he heard anyway from the thing that it was actually going to be the same as phone priority in non-congested areas.
I just think there's enough capacity where you just wouldn't notice it or feel it,
No, that's not true. It's treated differently. So
the wave rides the right way. You got to have it on its own network slice on a QCI on my Verizon home internet. When I tested the business and the home internet, the way priority, but the phone never takes priority from either product.
Yeah, so one of the reasons why that is because when the phone is set up like that versus the internet is because it's for 911. You have to make those 911 calls, and that's why your phone has different priority there. So, especially on a network slice, it's crucial for think about like fire departments, EMS. They all use it, right? So they all have to have that priority, and that's why your phone is always separate from your internet data as far as priority goes.
He also spoke to price increases again, and he confirmed that they were not going to be raising pricing. And he spoke to like the contracts being in place, and they didn't have to raise pricing because a lot of that stuff was locked in previous years, and these are multi-year deals. So basically what they're going to do, Pete, they're going to let Verizon and AT&T shoot themselves in the foot, raise prices, hope that those customers churn, and they'll take them.
Yeah, that was a straight jab at AT&T. They're basically like, hold my beer.
I kind of want to get the community's and as well as the people in the chat response to the. Do you how many people think you can throw out a number as well? How many customer losses do you think AT&T and Verizon would have and actually switch over to T-Mobile Internet Freedom? That's what I kind of want to know.
Well, Roger Entner of Recon Analytics, friend of the show, was speaking to just the price increases and what that could do to AT&T churn. He is speculating based on his data, based on his surveys. He is speculating that AT&T's churn rate, and we're just talking about mobile, like wireless customers, that churn rate could go anywhere between, well, currently it's at like 0.80. Let's call it 0.8. It might go from 0.8 to 1.09 or as high as 1.20 or 1.25, something outrageous. Those are huge swings. Now, if Zero Cool, you were talking about the home internet.
That's correct. I want to know, how many, think about, do you think, this can go two ways, will people leave Verizon and T-Mobile, from the mobile devices over to T-Mobile, but just because they might have a better plan on Magenta MAX and their internet, mind you? Or do you think they're just going to leave? Do you think they would ever leave like Verizon Internet just to try something new? T-Mobile Internet that way? No, I don't know. It seems to me that we could see some losses, not just because of the increased pricing that they're doing, but just because they want to get more value. Even though AT&T has HBO Max and Verizon has Disney and Hulu and whatnot, people could see some value in the YouTube TV, right? 50%
Paramount Plus,
right? You got wireless and stuff, right?
So yeah, I mean, well, I'm kind of curious to know, how is the market going to shift because of T-Mobile's Un-carrier move?
I'd like to see it too, and I'll probably be hearing about it first on Roger's podcast.
We got a super chat.
Yeah, thanks. Shout out to Green again. You are a generous person, man. I was wondering, what applications do you think carriers would use to justify aggregating millimeter wave spectrum with mid-band spectrum beyond smartphones, which, smartphones may not be the best idea for, the greatest use case for doing that, with the exception of probably amplifying the distance of the millimeter wave carrier waves.
VR, like mobile VR, like at a football game, where where you could be at like a football game and you could like look at the camera views from the different angles and things like that, all live like that kind of thing.
So think when you aggregate your millimeter wave and mid-band, think augmented reality, virtual reality. Think about remote surgeries. Think about IoT, smart homes, smart cities. Right. That's all going to be in use.
Some of those will be heavier bandwidth, and some of them will need lower latencies.
Yep.
But the pulling the coverage further over the mid-band for the lower latency is also going to be great for IoT.
Think about 5G driverless cars, 5G car connectivity. That's all going to be happening sooner than you think.
Well,
I'm
that stuff doesn't
expecting
require a lot of bandwidth.
2025.
That
That's
stuff
more
doesn't
latency.
require.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
more
latency dependent. I could
But
see
yeah,
them
Yeah,
but
maybe
the
using like.
frequencies, the millimeter wave frequencies do have better latency.
Yep.
So, I mean, the good part about the carrier aggregation aspect of latency is when you're kind of out of range, when you're more in the mid-band range between you and the cell, that's where your the carrier aggregation will help with the latency as well. So without it, you want that good latency.
Because I could
Gotta
see
have it
like
all,
your,
man.
I could see like your city stoplights and stuff like that being on like N71, for example, that low band stuff, and then have like your cameras and stuff like that on millimeter wave and mid band.
But why would you have your lights on N71? They already have a in-place solution for managing traffic flow.
I could. Well, in the future, I could probably see that happening. I mean, if you think about, they don't. I mean, as far as like podunk areas, if they would need some way to manage lights, maybe I don't know. I could think of some ways.
So, what did you guys think about the prospects of some new gateways, the partnership with Cradlepoint, and the use of, potential use of external antennas to the hardware, helping out people in like rural America and extended areas?
I
have used Cradlepoint hardware. Let me tell you, it's top notch. It's really good. I'm glad they have a partnership with them. I've used that for LAN equipment and routing. It's great. It's a really good product.
Actually, Sneed, from the sounds of it, I think they may not have an issue if you open up your box now and plug in an external antenna. As long as you're not soldering it there, should be good.
Yeah, they kind of addressed that, and at the time they kind of didn't, because they said that their gateways were capable of having external antennas added, but it's also supposed to break the warranty if you do so, according to the terms of service.
I still think throwing up a low-band Yagi for better N71 pickup outside your house wouldn't be a bad idea.
Oh, I agree. I'm just saying, according to their terms, they say you're not supposed to do that, but he, on the thing, said that it's capable of it, and yeah, it's capable. People do it all the time.
Nobody reads
go
TOS.
for it.
Nobody reads those.
Look at the T-Mobile ISP subreddit. You see all kinds of people. They'll take their little the little Nokia trash can apart and pull the little antennas off and put the connectors on and freaking put up big antennas up on the roof and whatever. See that all the time.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
Yeah, that's how to do it. You have to like take the thing apart.
Yeah, but aren't you supposed to give it an external antenna?
Not according to the terms.
That just says don't break the device while doing it.
There's a little sticker on the device that basically says that if you peel a sticker off, the warranty is on it, and you have to peel it off to get to one of the things to open it.
If you listen to the FTC, that sticker is technically illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that every time it says void if remove, they're just saying, hey, if you're stupid, you have to replace the hardware. But if you just take off the sticker and you don't compromise functionality, they can't do anything.
Yeah, I kind of want to make a point that this 5G era, especially with the internet, it's not going to be about can my gateway get a cell signal, right? It's going to be about how much capacity do I have? Like, we're going to be transitioning to say, oh shit, I don't have bars on my phone or bars on my gateway, to how much downlink capacity, how much uplink capacity can I get on a 2.4, on a a band 41 signal, right? So
darn it, my gateway dropped to N71. Why did it do that? Crap.
Hey guys, I want to propose a question, and here's how I want to kind of frame it. My question is pretty simple. Was today uncarrier? So you got to pick yes or no, and then I'd like your rationale. And I'll just kind of go in order. So let's start with Dave. Was this announcement today, was it uncarrier? Yes or no? And then provide your reasoning.
Ooh, that's a tough one. My thought is going to be yes, because I really think that these kinds of things make the cable industry take notice with the whole, like, we won't cause you explosive bills where we lock you into a $10 promo and then raise your bill to $100 after the first year, and you've got a 2-year contract. They're going to pay off your contract for you, which is, of course, an industry, as you've said. So I think yes. Did we lose you?
Oh, I'm just creating the poll for you guys. Dave, if you're done, we could just move on to the next person. I'll ask Zero Cool. Was today's announcement uncarrier? And
No.
explain.
No, I'm going to say no on this because the uncarrier moves in the past that John Ledger did, they're mostly always free, right? None about this was absolutely free. So some charge or another, right? So I think it's a start. What I would love to see is, I get that they're trying to make money, right? But I don't know. I think there should be, some more freebies better than T-Mobile Tuesdays dropped in, So if they said like maybe something to the effect, if you just try, if they're just trying the T-Mobile home internet just solely, maybe they can do a free line or something. I don't know. Maybe a Magenta, maybe a 30 days free of T-Mobile service for your phone. I don't know, something along those lines. But
You can get a free pink thong.
Well, I think the T-Mobile uncarrier moves in the past. I think that's why everybody liked them so much, because they didn't have to. It was very simple. They didn't have to pay any extra, and they didn't really have to think about it. This still involves some costs, so I'm still going to say it's like halfway between uncarrier and not. So that's why I'm saying no.
All right, let's get Mr. Bearded Dragon. Come on in, buddy. Was it uncarrier? Yes, no? Explain.
I too am like, it went halfway there. Like saying, hey, if you're on a family plan, $20 off internet, we'll make sure you have capacity there. Good stuff right there. The fact that they're like, hey, if you include YouTube TV, we're giving you that half price for a year. I think a real uncarrier would have been, hey, you jump on half price YouTube TV for life. Or, life of YouTube TV.
Right, I would like that.
Heck, if they did that, I would, since it also works on, that type of promo also works on the business, I'd upgrade to Business Ultimate, get a 100 gig hotspot puck, and then get 50% off the YouTube TV, which is better than what they're giving me now. I did like the fact that they said, hey, we're doing this with business. You have 5G access. Anywhere you have service, anywhere in the country, same SLA for your service. That was good, but yeah, it was close, but not there. So, yeah, kind of mixed.
Carlos, you want to jump in? Was this uncarrier? Yes or no? Explain your position.
I would say no, just because to me an uncarrier would have been, no matter what plan you're on, you'll get the T-Mobile Home Internet for $30. But if you go to our new Magenta MAX, we'll give you the YouTube TV 50% off and all that extra perks. That would have been an uncarrier to me, not basically only giving you the sweet deal if you decide to move your plan to a higher tier plan, which at the end will cost more, because a lot of these people on the older grandfather plan are actually paying a lot cheaper than they would if they moved over to a Magenta MAX. To me, this was it felt like a gimmick to get people to move on to the newer plan and get people to pay more for the service at the end of the day.
All right. So
That I
what I'm
could
going to
agree
do.
with.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying that I could agree with.
They should have made it, if you get Magenta MAX, have the home internet just be free. That would be a nice move.
Oh, that would be
25.
interesting.
Yeah, like you got 5 lines with Magenta MAX, unlimited internet.
Exactly. They should have done that. It would have been a simple sell and way more customer base.
I just believe every plan should have qualified for at least that $30, even an essential. I'm sorry, but that would have been an industry move, because Verizon, in order to get 50% off on the home internet, you have to be on Playmore and up. If they would have done it essentials and up, that would have been more of a game changer.
Well, I know they want to make money on the home internet, so they could have done something like any of our T-Mobile postpaid plans get T-Mobile home internet for free for 2 years.
And another thing too is, instead of 15 days, why didn't they do it 30 days like how Verizon does it? 30 days.
I agree with that.
They should have done 30 days.
That's kind of where I was going. So like I can take this piece by piece and kind of surmise what I think is uncarrier and what's not. All right, the first thing, the test drive, that's not uncarrier.
Nope.
All right, so like Verizon does 30 days, T-Mobile's doing 15 days. So they're both giving you trials. So it isn't really uncarrier. They're not doing something unique, different, or is considered a pain point. So like other companies do this also. So not really uncarrier. The breakup cost, again, Verizon was doing this and also did it first. So I can't call that uncarrier either. But what I will say is that to have them do it as a breakup with your cable company, that is uncarrier, right? Like just the general premise that will pay off your term fees, you're getting them away from the ISP. So like that one's like 50-50 kind of. Like you're doing it, that's good. I'm glad they're matching, like Verizon for doing that. So the price lock, that's uncarrier.
But it's
because the carriers are raising prices. So T-Mobile's not. So let's give them credit where credit is due. If they're locking in pricing, it's good.
Speed, that's them saying we're continuing the status quo.
Pay my property taxes.
But the other carriers are raising prices, so I have to give them credit, Pete.
True.
I have to call a spade a spade. AT&T they're projecting raising prices on more plans probably, and Verizon's like, well, if AT&T does it, we'll probably do it too.
Here's we need more money fee.
But at the end of the day, T-Mobile's going to raise their price too. The only thing the price lock guarantees is that your price is not going to go up on those lines. They said it. Anything after the 28th of April that you added on a voice line is grandfathered on the plan. Anything after the 28th is subject to change.
Prices on grandfathered plans.
I know, but what I'm saying is, in general, anything after the 28th of April, any line that you add from then on is subject to new terms and conditions if it changes. Anything before that is not with T-Mobile.
I still think what T-Mobile is doing is better than what AT&T is doing.
Well, yeah, we won't. I won't deny that. Of course, it's better because at least your grandfather plan
like the
is
lesser
guaranteed.
of the evils, right?
Yeah, it's guaranteed. At least your grandfather plan is guaranteed to stay locked.
So, Carlos, I talked with a team lead for a T-Mobile business customer care 611.
Yeah.
They said to me that if I, say, upgraded to Business Ultimate, I'd be locked in at the whatever agreement we set per line on that, immune to inflation. It's only if I was, say, on a T-Mobile One business plan and I wanted to change around the line, I'd be encountering changes to a new line after that date. So I think their broadcasting is a little lopsided on that one, and we'll have to see how it goes when they do implement price increases.
All right, so this next piece, everything being tied to the Magenta MAX, is 100% carrier.
Yep.
Like that is one plan out of all the plans they sell. Like even Verizon, frickin' Verizon, as long as it's not starter unlimited, you can have the 50% off discount on the home internet.
Be on our planet Zorb plan.
Right. T-Mobile Tuesday, I guess. I mean, whatever. You know, that's not really a thing. I wouldn't hold it against them if they counted it or they didn't.
I mean,
the poll is up, Ricky, so you guys can vote. Absolutely. You guys can poll. The poll is there. Go ahead and vote. Let's see, 50% off streaming devices. Well, I think Verizon was doing that already.
$50 off, not 50%.
$50 off streaming devices. So I think Verizon was doing that. And then the 50% off YouTube TV, again, tied to Max. I can't, and it's only 1 year, so I agree with you guys. That can't be on carrier. And then like the nationwide internet for business. I mean, the fact that they're giving business the same prices as like the residential service, that's on carrier. But
I'm
what
actually
what isn't on carrier though, Pete, is the fact that they give you no QoS on that, no QCI.
Yeah, but you know it's only by speed. I think it's speed or bucket tiered. The business don't get the unlimited.
It's 100 or 300 gig, right?
They get the unlimited in places where it's available, and anywhere that it's not available, they get the 100 or 300 gig.
That's weird though, but they just said like national, so like why are they playing mincing words?
It should never be 100 or 300. It should just be unlimited. If you don't have capacities to support a business internet, I think that 100 or 300, megabyte, gigabyte, whatever, is not cool.
But
not
those buckets are a lower price than the unlimited. So
because you gotta think about this, okay? So think about this in general. A lot of businesses, especially when you go to a retail business, what do they have when you're sitting there in the lobby and they're showing they have it there? So when you're sitting down,
TV and Wi-Fi, Carlos.
Exactly. So you're gonna go through 100 to 300 gigs real quick.
I don't
exactly. That's why they need unlimited.
I don't think the 100 or 300 are targeted for those. I think they're targeted for remote Zoom calls and not in a customer lobby.
You could see how this could be a problem, though, Pete.
Yeah.
So, like, what I'm saying is, you're going to give them 100 or a 300 gig bucket, and if they have a lobby with a TV that's going to run all day, run the YouTube TV that you gave to them for 50% off, right? And then that's going to chew up 100 gigs in a day if it's playing high-resolution video.
It really depends a lot on what kind of business this is, because you're right. If it's like some sort of dentist office or something with a lobby where there's a TV, yeah, you're going to chew through that data cap in no time. Whereas, like, if it was like my previous employer, where we just had, like 100 workers or whatever using their laptops and things like that at a remote office, that would have been fine.
Yeah, I could see the 100 or the 300 gigs being good.
I've been to many offices where the waiting room, they just had music playing, and it wouldn't chew through that.
You gotta think about it. The businesses they're targeting for is like the dentist of offices, the mechanic shop of offices, businesses and stuff like that. Like those businesses don't want to be locked in to $200 a month Comcast cable pricing. That's what they're going after.
Places like that are also going to be in the city where they can get unlimited.
Not particularly.
Because I entered already a couple of businesses out here in Vegas that qualified for the business internet, and only you can get 100 or 300 gig, and that's it.
So guys, here's why this is carrier, and it's not uncarrier. In uncarrier, would not only give you the same pricing between business and residential, but they'd give you the same unlimited experience too. They wouldn't tell you what you need. T-Mobile is telling businesses what they need.
Exactly.
You need
Exactly.
100, you need 300. That's it. You don't need anything else. You don't tell them what they need if you're the uncarrier. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yep, I agree.
However, I will point out if I could get the 100 gig business internet and it was, say, $20
by the way,
a month.
Pricing is $70 per month for the 300 gig.
Yeah, I mean,
70.
What if you're
70 per month for the 300 gig.
do they not understand like your business is going to grow or expand? I mean,
It's 50 for the 100 gig. It's 70 for the 300 gig. And then after you use that, it's 600 kbps, the speed. And then if you want high speed, it's $2 per gig. That's really
That's horrible.
freaking
That's
carrier.
ridiculous.
That's horrible.
Wait, at those prices, I'm surprised they even mentioned they're giving those options.
Now, yeah, they should have just left that right the hell out.
All right. Okay,
I mean,
so
if I could get the 100 gig for $15, that'd be worth it to me. If I could get
Pete,
the
here's my
300 gig
evaluation.
for 40,
Okay?
that'd be
I
worth
just went
it.
through this whole thing. Okay.
Hold
Oh yeah,
on.
and you get a free tablet plan.
So
by
hold
the
on.
way.
The Magenta MAX is unlimited, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So why the heck is the T-Mobile internet? You're forced to get this unlimited plan. For God's sake, make your home internet unlimited. It's not hard. Like they should have done that.
Look, here's the bottom line.
Plan.
Here's the
I
bottom
can
line.
have two phones on me with Magenta Business Ultimate, which is Max, on T-Mobile, and combined I get 80 gigs of hotspot, and that's without adding the internet.
All right, so here's what I just did. I got two columns. I have uncarrier column. I have carrier column. I have as many, if not more, things that are carrier than uncarrier. There's no way I could characterize this as an effective uncarrier event.
It's
uncarrier in that it's trying to put pressure on cable, but it's not uncarrier in the sense that it's really addressing pain points.
It's a recarrier.
The only pain point it's addressing is it's putting pressure on cable companies to have to respond and move.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, bro. Sorry.
It was only partly effective as an uncarrier event. Go ahead, Carlos.
No, I was going to say, you want to know what's uncarrier? What my company's doing. $30 unlimited all lines, baby.
What's really uncarrier is Sprint $0 lines, and the people still didn't want them.
I think Carlos is right. The Dish Project Genesis line is $30. You get true unlimited 5G, unlimited hotspot, full speed, unlimited data on device, unlimited talk and text. $30 flat rate. Boom. Single line. You don't have to get Max and have a bunch of services bundled. You don't have to do anything. It's just $30.
And then what is Dish going to do when they want to raise ARPU because the investors are like, "Oh my God, you're like so damn cheap."
Oh no, that's not gonna be their commercial price.
No, that's just you lock in for Project Genesis at that price. I can disclose this part. Okay, so after the Project Genesis and everything, once they go to full Dish Wireless, what we were looking at is we're gonna do network slicing bundles, but one of the bundles is $55, unlimited all, but at a network slice though.
Slice, baby.
But you're guaranteed to get those speeds on your hotspot and your device unlimited.
But Carlos, no other carrier offers that plan.
Yep.
So away, it's uncarrier.
Can I pay $10 a month and get unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited 5 megs and 5 Mbps internet? I'd totally buy that.
We'll talk behind the scenes. Well, there's not a plan that cheap, but I'll tell you what the cheapest one is. We'll talk behind the scenes. That's the only thing I can disclose publicly.
Sure.
Yeah, so the price is uncarrier. The actual experience being truly unlimited is uncarrier. But I got to ask you guys something. No other cellular service provider has that plan, but let's say they did. How much would Verizon charge for that?
$120 a month.
What would AT&T charge?
$110 just to try to beat Verizon.
What would T-Mobile charge?
About $195 to $100 because they want a big slice of the pie too, but be cheaper.
You guys get what I'm saying, where I'm going with this? Like, even if these carriers offered it, like, how much would they sell that plan for? What do you think, Pete?
The fully unlimited?
Yeah, like how Dish has theirs set up.
I'm going to have to fall in line with what Los is doing. So, T-Mobile 90 to 100, Verizon, say about 150, 160, and AT&T somewhere in the middle.
Oh yeah, they'll figure a way to rape us because they know that they got the full national footprint right now.
Well, Verizon would
so
start.
good right now.
Verizon would start. Excuse me. AT&T would start theirs at like 105 or 110, and then they would charge. They would charge property taxes and the "we want more money" fee and the you get off our lawn fee. And
but
hey, Dave, I think Verizon would do it for $150 a month and then lock you down on 720p video.
No. 680p.
Hey, Sneed, you want to know what's the beauty?
Yes.
You know what's the beauty that we've been working with the Mavenir RAN software. Mavenir is amazing. That's all I'm going to say. I was talking with Mr. Zero Core earlier behind the scenes. Amazing software. All right, and basically, bro, when you're on networks, okay, so when we implement our plans with network slicing, so let's just throw an example. Let's say you pay the 30 by 30 slice, so 30 down, 30 up.
I wonder if Los is on Dish Wireless.
Yeah, he just fell out, didn't he?
As I said, I just want somebody to offer me 5x5.
So let's just say, okay, so you're paying that network slice. We have in the software where video will be fully uncapped. So if that tower does this, your video limit will be at 500 Mbps. Yes, video will never be throttled.
So Los, with these slices, would they have the ability for, say, YouTube Studio to give you the more upload than download? You know, say you're uploading a video from your phone. Yeah.
Anything video, we will have priority because we're basically a TV network. You know, like we're known for. We will give anything video priority, of course.
So they busting out the hopper.
Yeah. Hey guys, we got the poll. It's done.
Let's put it in. Well, how did the poll look?
It was T-Mobile's announcement Un-carrier. 58% of the 82 voters said no. 41% of the 82 voters said yes. Wow.
Wow. All right. That's not surprising, actually.
I thought it was going to be yeah, it's true. I guess you're right, because I thought it was going to be like 50-50, so we're right there.
I'm not that surprised at those numbers.
You know, I think Zero Cool's right about one thing. He spoke to the John Leisure era. Those moves were industry shakers, industry movers. And I don't know, maybe this does turn out to be an industry shaker and mover. Maybe it does, but it would 100% be tied to Magenta MAX success and the home internet, so we'll see.
Something tells me that the way we're seeing things now is you have to give things. It seems like you have to give things more time now. Like when John led an Un-carrier event, like it was immediate. God, what the heck just happened? Whereas with these, it seems like it takes more time to be evident.
So I remember one of the last uncarriers John Leisure did. He said he was tired of data buckets. 3 hours later, I get this text message saying, "You're auto enrolled in an unlimited plan. Your price hasn't changed."
I
That
want
happened a few times,
everybody in
didn't it?
this chat to go get T-Mobile Home Internet with the Magenta MAX plan at YouTube TV. Everybody in this stinking chat, go
And
do
what's
it.
going to
Do it
happen,
today.
Zero Cool? What's going to happen to the network?
I don't care.
I pay
Do I
65.
care? No.
I pay $65 a month for home internet and my 15 Connect plan. I am not getting Magenta Max and YouTube TV. Not happening.
I have fiber. Why am I getting T-Mobile Home Internet?
It's for that amazing gateway that
because it's better than fiber.
I don't have millimeter wave in my market.
For real though, once you get the hardware, like once you get everything set up and working, it works pretty darn well. As I said, my sister is actually using product out in the middle of nowhere, and she's got 2 little boys who watch YouTube and Disney Plus and all that stuff, and she's happy with it because her only other choices were like HughesNet at $50 that would give her like 1 megabit a second and 500 millisecond ping, or like from some sort of DSL from somebody I'd never heard of that was like $150 a month
for 2 megs down.
It was like 10 or 15.
Okay, so ADSL 2.
Yeah, it was, but like, I mean, that's just bad. And T-Mobile Home Internet is killing that because it's out there. She's getting like 70 to 90 megabits a second on T-Mobile Internet.
Oh god, that's a dream every time I'm at someone's house and they're on DSL. If I could get 70 down, it'd save me time and them money. At some point, I'm gonna love having 40 gigs hotspots. So if I'm sitting in a customer's house, I can and they're on DSL, I can just throw over to my N41.
What I'm really happy about with the home internet, though, literally I can just pick it up and take it anywhere. In the past year and a half or so, I've moved 3 times, and literally I've just taken the thing, picked it up, put it in a bag, unpacked it when I got to where I was going, turned it on, and it worked.
Well, I'm on the wait list for T-Mobile Home Internet. Wish me luck.
Wait, I thought you had fiber.
I do have fiber. I do have fiber, but I still want to try out the.
Look at the T-Mobile ISP subreddit /r/T-Mobile ISP. There's an FAQ on the sidebar that can give information about how you might get around that wait list.
I gotta wait for a tower, anyways. There's no tower here where I live. There's only death.
Go build it.
It's they're working on it. It's gonna take a while.
I mean, I'm doing this. I've been doing this entire stream on T-Mobile Home Internet. I've been using the service for half now since it was in beta.
So, Lowe's, what are you connected to the stream on right now?
I am on the road. I am with Verizon right now. What, you want me to use another carrier or something?
No, just curious. You were popping out a few times, and I'm like, I wonder if he's on Dish.
That's the how do you call it? The restream. It's not friendly with mobile.
No, it is not.
Nope.
I'm just going right now to sites and not making sure they're optimized right now.
Hey, I want to just let you guys know there's a new poll in the live chat if you guys want to vote. This one is shout out to Viv.
Yep.
How's millimeter wave working? Your experiences are appreciated. You have the options of solid, drops, or don't have it.
Don't have it.
Don't have it.
Do you think Callie Field does better as a business person than she did as customer service?
Bro, hold on a second, man.
No.
That is, I mean, how bad the customer care got. Like, there's no way she could be worse, right?
Right.
But like even her up there talking about business, I mean, she wasn't doing anything great. Like nobody was impressed. I don't know, man. I don't know. They don't want to fire people. But like she really
Yeah,
dropped the ball with customer care.
I think the best position is anything not interacting with customers.
Yeah, but do you think that some of that was out of her control? Like it's budget, it's money, it's decisions that are happening from the financial side and not really that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but when you try to spin it as customers want outsourced, like that's what customers are asking for, that's a lie. Like you could just say you don't have the money to do.
Bro,
Yep.
check the private chat up. That's the
Yeah. Well, then why? You think about it. Like, if she was so bad at customer care, is it her, or was it the division that she was running, or is she going to ruin every division she goes to?
What's the saying? The leadership is always top down, right? That's the truth.
Yeah. The fish rots from the head down.
The fish rots from the head down. That's why you eat scallops. Screw the fish.
Oh snap! We got Father Keon. He is here. The Magenta Church is now in session.
Yeah. What up,
Everybody is here for the services. Oh, by the way, did you guys hear about the new nicknames me and Dennis got?
No.
Okay, so apparently Dennis is Telco Jesus. Yeah, and I'm Telco Poppy.
Oh yes.
So we got new nicknames. Weird, but yeah, this is where we're at right now. Callie got boss tossed by Eugene. For real, though.
Yep.
My dad said, well, what did it just say? My dad sang like a wounded dog. What is this? And
Man,
Callie is still more tone deaf than he was. Oh, my goodness.
Dang. I don't know.
Well, like, I
Dennis
remember
is
everybody was
freaking
complaining
Jesus.
about her. And remember that on, like, Reddit? The T-Mobile subreddit? Like, man, everybody was just taking it to Cali Field, man, because like all the customer care stuff went to like the Philippines, and people were getting the runaround for the simplest stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like that was just a really, really bad time when she was there.
This is interesting. People said she was effective under John Leisure.
She was.
Okay.
I think a lot of it actually could stem from, I don't think we said that the Magenta MAX adoption rate was like 46%, something right? I think they really want it higher. I think the goal was at least to be 75 to 80% for Magenta MAX adoption.
Didn't they say Magenta MAX's adoption rate was like 15% of their base?
64.
Oh, is it 64? Okay.
I thought I heard
Yeah.
15 today.
When did they say that?
Is it 64?
No.
What is it?
Was it 54?
No, they said for people that port in from other carriers, 50% are taking to Magenta MAX.
Yeah, they need. Yeah, right. That's what I thought. They need to be at least 75 to 80%. That's the goal.
Which, by the way, is incredible. That's great. That essentially means like the probability of people taking Max when they come in from like Verizon or AT&T, they're like looking at Magenta MAX.
But
yeah.
I could have sworn Eugene said something to the effect of that Magenta MAX was 15% of their entire base, and they had room. They had a lot of room to run.
Yeah, maybe
he wouldn't have mentioned it if it was that low.
Yeah, true. I think it's at 46 to 50%. I know a lot of people have switched to it, but I think it's the proverbial targets. I don't think were met.
Yeah. So the hashtag Save the Bear. That was a situation. I was jogging one night and I was running by some woods, and a juvenile black bear jumped out and tried to attack me, and I started, we had to wrestle. We had to duke it out a little bit, and he was trying to run away after he got a feel of the Sneedster. You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it was hashtag save the bear, hashtag help the bear.
I could be wrong, but I think we need to rewatch that Q&A again.
I don't know, Dave. I think you're right, actually. I think I heard the same thing. I think I heard about a 15% adoption, like on the total base, and it was like, I think 50% of those coming in from another carrier, they're taken to it.
Because he said they had lots of room to run, and I think he said 15.
Yeah,
You know what the problem is, Dave? The base, there are a lot of people on T-Mobile One, which is a better plan than Magenta MAX, right? Arguably, if you got the international add-on, for example. And then I think there's people with simple choice that just love their price. Those people are not moving. They're going to keep that stuff a long time.
Even at 50% or whatever the number is, this is why their Un-carrier move was designed for Magenta MAX. This is why their future Un-carrier moves will be about Magenta MAX. This is why this whole plan has been started, right? They need to get as many people on that plan as possible.
And those are mainly the legacy ones, so they can kill off SKUs in their system.
Yeah, it's a lot more profitable for them to move people off like the essentials, the starter, whatever,
Well, if they wanted to kill SKUs in their darn system, then they should have just left T-Mobile One alone, because that's what the entire thing was trying to do.
Hey, I gotta ask you guys. Well, and actually, not everybody here has to answer this question, but Dave, I'll start with you. 2 years into the merger, right? 2 full years. All right. My question to you is this. How do you grade Mike Sievert as the successor to John Leisure? A, B, C, D, F.
H.
C or D?
You do a minuses, pluses, you could do that too.
I'm going to say C.
You're giving him a C?
Yeah, I'm going to give him a C because, I mean, he's not sank the ship. He's not a freaking Clorar or whatever that guy's name was at Sprint.
Oh, Marcelo.
Yeah, like he hasn't like freaking like torpedoed the ship.
Scumbag. Right.
Like he hasn't torpedoed the damn thing, but he's not like he's kind of neglected it. Like he's done the minor repairs that need doing to keep the thing afloat, but he's not really done any major like overhauls to the ship or upgrades.
Geez. Gary Forsey, that's one of the worst CEOs of all time. Actually, no, Randall Stevenson and Gary Forsey, they're the worst of all.
Yes, let's spend billions of dollars on DirecTV. That's a great idea.
Trash. Yeah, Marcelo's trash too. Damn. Okay, Archie is paying $100 for 15 unlimited lines on Simple Choice. What?
I know who my new best friend is. Hey, Archie.
What are these 5 digital duplicate sims? I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, the digits, man. Hey, Pete, what are you rating the little gray sweater, man? What are you rating him?
C plus B minus range.
C plus B minus.
But keep in mind, for my past 2 years, anything below A minus was considered an F. So,
where you at with this, Carlos? Little gray sweater.
I don't know.
You're not giving him a grade?
Wow, this is hard because I'm hovering between a C minus and a D plus.
All right, looks like
we'll give him a C plus. We'll give him a C minus. We'll give him a C minus.
All right, I hear a lot of C minuses. All right, man, I'm gonna gonna play devil's advocate.
I think a B- for me.
I'm giving him a B plus, man. I give him a hard time, but I gotta be honest. The stock's
doing nice.
Yeah, the stock's at like $130. They got the Magenta MAX plan. They're doing home internet. Look, okay, so T-Vision was an absolute train wreck, but he cut the losses and he put all of it into home internet. You got to call a spade a spade. All right? I think that was the right move.
Oh, absolutely.
TV was going to be too hard. He was in over his head. If he invested heavily into TV, he knew he was going to have to give it up from the home internet side. Like, he couldn't do both. So he said, I'm just going to do this home internet thing, big scale. All right, I'm going to give him a B plus. I don't like what he's doing with Sprint. I don't like him making excuses about Sprint. I don't like a lot of the lies and the stuff he caps out. Like,
give
when
me
he
my
says stuff
4K.
like the stuff when he says like, oh, we got the what is it, best industry churn and stuff, and he's lying, and I got the numbers in front of me.
We got the
And then he
largest
says
5G
things,
ever. What?
yeah, like all that stuff's just, but that's like their way, you know. It's like, I don't know if it's even really uniquely him. That goes back to like the John Leisure days and stuff, and some, remember he was trying to be like him for a while, and but
You know,
look, I'm giving him a B plus. You guys can be tough on him. I'm gonna loosen up a little bit just for tonight.
I think that's interesting that you actually, Sneed, gave him the highest grade out of all of us, because Carlos was like D plus, C minus, and like I was C. Dennis, Caleb there was like C plus. Like, I'm just gave him the highest grade out of all of us.
I don't think Sneed's a stockholder.
No, I'm not.
Disclosure: I hold stock in all the major telecom companies, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Dish, so I can rag on them no matter what.
I don't have Dish.
Pete, when they launch national, will you buy some Dish?
I will have a Dish line.
You'll have some money in the company.
I hold all the stocks so that I can stake equally, because I want to hold stocks because I like them, to be able to rag on them impartially. So I hold all 4 of them.
That's the right way to do it. You either own none or you own all.
I'll wait till Dish is in my market before I consider getting their thing.
Hey guys, anything else for the go to the order? We're about an hour and a half in.
I put this in the chat, but I got a big 2-hour interview on cloud service performance a week from Friday, and I'm wondering if there are any Microsoft Azure gurus who could give me some pointers in the chat. If so, you can hit me up on Twitter or the Discord or the SMT Nation Discord email link.
Hey, Lawrence, I thought you were going to say you have 0.00000001 Bitcoin.
This is off topic, but I wasn't around for this discussion. I found it really interesting that Elon Musk bought Twitter, and then like at least 100,000 people went to Mastodon. At least 100,000 people joined Mastodon since Elon Musk bought Twitter.
You know what Mastodon's great for?
What's that?
Following Twit podcast networks.
Wait a minute.
My username is
Baby
actually
Yoda.
my Mastodon handle.
Baby Yoda, who told you that, bro? I am not giving up my fiber to go to T-Mobile Home Internet.
Yeah, no way the hell are you?
Yes, you are. Come on, sweet Magenta.
No, he's giving up his AT&T fiber home internet to go to Visible.
No, come on, man. Come on, bruh. I was wait. Oh snap! Dennis, Dennis is in the live chat and he ordered the T-Mobile home internet. Dang.
Is he okay? Like, do we need to take him to a doctor?
Oh, no, it's
Like, does he
Verizon.
need to go to the...
He
Oh,
ordered the
okay.
Verizon.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, do we need to like take him to the ER or something?
Does he need a doctor?
You did get your friend on the Comcast, Dennis?
No, his
Can you hook
friend
him up with a DOCSIS 4 box that they're not supporting yet?
he heard about the
5.0 coming right now.
He heard that after the first year they were going to give him explosive diarrhea and said no.
All right, guys, let's wrap up the show. We're going to do the hashtags. Hashtag replay crew. Hashtag 2live crew. Hashtag ravioli gang. Hashtag save the bear. Hashtag help the bear.
Feed
hashtag
the bear.
Yogi Bear, right?
Yep.
Hashtag boo boo. Hashtag honey boo boo.
Let's do it, boo boo.
Hey boo boo.
Boo boo.
Picnic basket.
When you get the picnic, hey boo boo, get the picnic basket.
And thanks to everybody who offered. Thanks to everybody who offered super chats and donuts. You guys are the best. Yeah.
We got the super chats right here. We got 2 from Green and 1 from Santiago Hernandez. Thanks, guys.
Hashtag SMT Podcast. If anybody's following and watching the podcast from Mastodon, I put it out there. So anybody who wants to, at hashtag SMT Podcast on Mastodon.
Hashtag Telco Jesus.
Yep.
Steve, we're going to go with the poll.
Hashtag Telco Jesus. And I just wrapped up that poll for Vivian. There you go. Yep. Just got the poll for you. How's millimeter wave working? Don't have it 67%. Solid 25%. Drops 7%.
Hey, that solid's pretty good for those who have it.
25. That's not bad. Yeah. I'm not surprised at the 67 that say they don't have it, though.
Nope. I'm actually surprised it's not higher.
I'm too, actually.
Yo, Rolando, I see you just popped in the live chat. I don't know if you're still using the T-Mobile home internet, but I know you were talking about getting Brazzers fiber. I don't know if you made that switch yet. But hopefully you're happy with your internet. T-Mobile doing it big. All right, guys, we out this piece.
Hashtag Brazier Fiber.
Peace.
Peace.